Hi, sexy girls. Okay, these are a few of my personal bare minimum dating requirements that I'm looking for in my husband, boyfriend. Coming in hot with the height. 5'9" is my cutoff. I'm 5'5", and there's just something about, I love short kings, but 5'9" is my cutoff.
Gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode where, guys, I've decided this one, I want it to be funny, right? I want us to have a few laughs, you know, just be chill, take it easy, because last videos have taken a toll on me, and I'm waking in a sweat in the middle of the night shouting because of all these single mothers and lunatics right here. So let's have a laugh with this one right here. Boyfriend requirements. What is it, 9? Well, let's find out, John. What is the man of this woman's dreams? And can you be the lucky one? Let's find out.
Coming in hot with the height. 5'9" is my cutoff. I'm 5'5", and there's just something about, I love short kings, but 5'9" is my cutoff. Something about like feeling like a little more protected. I just need the height to be at least 5'9". Next, they need to have a career, like a stable career. I'm not trying to catch you in your like build-up phase. Like, if you already have a career and you're trying to like change paths maybe, but I'm not about to, no. This ties in with like having their own place and car. The only exception for the car situation is like if you have your own driver or like if you just Uber everywhere because it's more convenient. Next.
This one has a huge red flag as a voice. She has this sort of low battery thing where she says he must have his own career, stuff like that. Disgusting. I don't want to live with that. I know about you guys, but now it's interesting how women, you know, they always say I'm the prize, but they are the prize at the end of the, you know, the end of the road. You don't get someone to support you, to love you, to build things with you, you know. No, they just come after you have your job, after you have your own place and your own car. Basically to run your resources down. Yeah, basically to dry out your bank, at which point they will be out of the picture. Which, you know, begs the question, why would anyone want a woman like that? You know, I can get a street worker who will be less of a headache and do better things than you. Why do I need you for? You're not going to cook. You're probably going to be a horrendous mother if you don't divorce me first and take my children away. You're not going to help me in any way, shape, or form. You're just going to come to partake in all the things I've earned through hard labor, you know, from my whole life. What's the point, gentlemen? And of course, many of these standards and requirements you're going to notice are, you know, coming from the want of a traditional man. But this woman doesn't want to be a traditional woman.
Down with the patriarchy?
I don't know, gentlemen. Let's continue.
They must practice healthy habits, like working out, eating healthy, like just meditating, like doing healthy habits like on a regular basis. Having these healthy habits, like reading every day, meditating, cooking for yourself, going to the like gym, whatever, says so much about a person's discipline and overall their character.
So the thing that I want to mention is she's trying to downplay the things that she wants. So she doesn't say, I want a rich guy who earns 6 digits. She says, oh, he must have a stable career. If it's a stable career in McDonald's, of course, she's not going to want it. You know, it's not about the stable career. It's about the big fat wallet. And of course, must be eating healthy, working out. She wants a jacked guy, a guy who looks like, I don't know, a bodybuilder, you know. It's not just about eating healthy. She wouldn't want the skinny guy.
Number 5, they need to be sexually disciplined because I don't want nobody who's like can't control their little privacies, you know. Like, if I can't trust you going out by yourself with your friends, like, you're not sexually disciplined.
Alright, and I'm gonna ask you something in return. You must be S3 actually disciplined as well, meaning your body count must be below 2, being generous. If it's above 2, you are for the streets, and you belong there.
Number 6, they need to have established religious beliefs. So yeah, religion is kind of like a thing for me. Like, you need to have the same morals, beliefs, like religious ideology. Do I even have to say it? Don't come to me with no 50-50 bullshit mentality. Because I'm not having it. Stay 10 feet away from me.
Charming to the last.
If you expect me to pay half of anything, I'm not. No. You're not getting half a girl, you're getting a full girl. I'm not going half on anything, okay?
Oh, wow.
Number 8. You cannot be too pretentious, okay? An example of this would be like if a guy is complaining about the brands that I wear or like the just products that I use. If they're like, oh my god, like that soap isn't Aesop, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Like, okay, either get me whatever you're complaining about, fix the problem, or keep your mouth closed. Lastly, you have to be funny. If you're not funny, like, I feel like that should be a love language. Like, being humorous and, like, being clever and witty, like, that should be a freaking love language, because that's me.
Before we continue with the next individual, let's just check this calculator right here. This is from the website I Got Standards, bro. And it's a calculator of women's, it just shows what percentage of the US fits this woman's, ideas and standards and requirements, whatever you want to call it. So, age, I'm gonna say 22. This woman is in her 20s. I don't think she would want to date a younger guy than her, but let's say 22. Even though, a guy in being 22 years old, he can't have his own place and he can't have his own car. So we're gonna move it a little. Let's say 25, and I'm being extremely generous, gentlemen. Most guys at 25, they don't have their own place. If at all, they have, they're renting something, but, anyway, just being incredibly generous. I don't think she will date a 40-year-old, so let's turn this to 35. Yeah, 35 is good, I think. Maybe, maybe she likes elderly gentlemen. I'm gonna say exclude married, of course. Race, again, we're gonna be generous and say that she likes any color shade. Mean height, she said 5'9". Exclude obese, of course, because she mentioned how, she wants them to be fit and healthy and all that. And minimal income, I'm gonna keep it to 80k. Even though, again, gentlemen, I'm being extremely generous. But let's keep it to 80k, okay? A little below triple digit, 6-digit income. Again, guys, this is not what she wants, but, look at this. Look at what being extremely generous results in. Okay, let's find out. Right? This is it. According to statistical data, the probability a guy of the US male population ages 25 to 35 meets your standards is 2.2. That's it. 2.2, gentlemen. Percent of the population fits these standards. And of course, we didn't account for, all the other things of being funny and being disciplined and whatever not, And again, gentlemen, this is after being extremely generous. I mean, probably she wouldn't want to date, guys that are being that young or, maybe not that old again. Maybe 80k a year is a little too little for her because honestly, she's a queen and she deserves more. But still, being extremely generous, 2.2% of the male population of the United States fit this narrative. And of course, this is men spread all around the different states. This is not from where she comes from, So her delusional score is aspiring cat lady. And she's gonna, it's gonna get even worse. I mean, guys, this is again being generous. Do you think this woman is 2.2% of the best, top woman of the US? Do you think that this woman is smarter than 88% of the woman population? Do you think this woman is more attractive than 88% of the... Oh, excuse me, 98 in general. I forgot about math for a moment. Do you think that this woman is more attractive than 98% of the US population? I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
That is not going to happen.
Anyway, gentlemen, let's continue with the next individual. And the caption of this video is, there's spiritual diseases that can be transferred via S3X.
So, something I don't know people are super aware of, and I think it needs to be said again and again and again, when you merge with somebody, you know, you have the sex, you're taking on that energy. You are taking on the energy of the other person, whether good or bad, whether right or wrong, whatever they have going on within them. There's an exchange of that. And sometimes, I mean, when I had more cognitive awareness of what was going on with me energetically, I could see how after certain engagements, I would feel not like myself. I would start to feel these really negative emotions. And what was really crazy was there was a circumstance where I would have really negative self-thoughts and self-feelings. And what it ended up being was I was energetically picking up on this other person's thought content about me. And so this person was like doing stuff with me, but they hated me. And we, obviously, this was like a past life karmic connection and all that.
Man, what are these words? A past life karmic connection. Gentlemen, what do we have today?
Jazz. And so I had to learn the hard way that when you need to know like what a person's thinking, what a person is feeling, all of that, because that does get exchanged when you don't even have to have physical sex. That's why people are like, oh, I keep my energy, you know, I watch who I give my energy to, because no matter what, you alchemize within your engagements and interactions with people.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
All right. So I don't think that, madam, that you should be so concentrated on whether or not you are energizing with the other people and about the transfer of karma energies. Just, you know, don't be 3 or 4. Let's start with that, right? Don't sleep with all the boys from the neighborhood. Don't be community property. I think that is gonna do you more good than worrying about the karmatic past lives that you've had, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I'm not to this woman's level of understanding the energies and all that spiritual stuff, so pardon me.
So it's like if you don't want to take on too much of someone else, you got to really watch who you engage with. Now, for people who are very aware of their own energy and they know how to not absorb, empaths, you know, people absorb, especially people who grew up in that chaotic, traumatic environment where they had to be very sensitive to the emotions and energies of other people. They tend to take that on more than anyone else.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But you really do. So make sure you know the people you're engaging with in that level before you get too intimate. And also for kids, like I was pressured so young, and it came from that person's place of immense trauma, and then it traumatized me, and that's kind of how trauma keeps perpetuating more trauma. People get traumatized, and then they go traumatize others, and then some of them don't always traumatize other people. They just live with it and try to cope and heal, right? Transmutate. But the fact of the matter, if more people were brave enough to say no, females usually, not always just females, some males get pressured, but no, just no. That was a word I needed to learn. Just no.
All right, y'all. Why women don't like nice guys? Well, your girl got an answer for you. Y'all ready? Let's get into it, family. Number 1, some women don't think that they can actually do better than the type of guys they've been dating. Makes them uneasy, and so they therefore reject it because it's unfamiliar. Number 2, because they think nice, stable, non-dramatic relationships are boring.
That is why you fail.
Toxic's way more interesting. Number 3.
And she laughs as if that's something good, you know. And I just don't understand how a woman can be addicted to anxiety. I mean, it comes from bad parenting, it comes from bad decisions, but honestly, I haven't seen men. I'm sure there are here and there, but for every man that is addicted to anxiety, there must be like 1,000, 10,000 women addicted to anxiety. So really, I don't sympathize with women like these, gentlemen. Probably if you're on this space, you don't either, but you know, there is a point where you don't sympathize with people anymore because they are choosing this path and they are choosing the mistakes that they do.
You aren't as nice as you think you are. Number 4, it doesn't seem genuine. Some women assume that if a guy is being nice, too nice, he wants something. He up to something. He must want the cookie and therefore choose to not like him. Last but not least.
Yeah, so you're telling me right here that women don't like nice guys because apparently they could be trying, you know, maybe perhaps they're doing it because they want something more. They would much rather prefer the guy who straightforwardly and admittedly says, I don't want to have anything with you, but use your body and then throw you away. Apparently that's the better option than having to risk it with a nice guy. But still, you could get to know in a matter of time, you know? It doesn't make any sense, man.
Therefore choose to not like him. Last but not least, this type of guy can be seen as less aggressive and less assertive, which can leave women feeling unprotected or not as physically protected as they would a guy who seems aggressive and assertive.
Again, that's just the incredible logic of, I'm gonna get me someone who is aggressive with me and towards me and who doesn't care because he's gonna protect me, rather than the guy who is clearly, you know, protecting me and can be a good guy, but he doesn't seem so aggressive towards other people. So what kind of messed up logic is that? Yeah, woman, do you know that a guy can be at the same time protective and well behaved? You know, he doesn't have to be a barbarian or a berserker, you know, just he doesn't have to be that in order to be able to protect you.
And assertive.
Hi guys, I just wanted to share something personal with you. This is kind of weird to say, but have you ever felt like you were living your life the right way in God's eyes, except you just didn't know why you were doing those things until now? Because I realized that that phenomenon happened to me. And like, this is personal. Any physical relationship I had, I felt guilty and I felt ashamed, and I would say no. Most of the time I would say no, I'm not ready. But in my mind, I thought I just wasn't ready and that I wasn't mature enough to handle the physical aspects of a relationship. But I think deep down, it was because all along I've been longing for God and His approval and His love. And now that I found that, it all makes sense, like why I made those decisions I made in the past and why I always felt horrible and always felt guilty and like that it was wrong. And it was like my moral compass finally lined up with my logic. And I don't know, have you guys ever felt that before, where you're like this floating blob? This is how I see it, this floating blob through life, and you're floating, and then you finally fill your outline and everything makes sense, and then, you know, you glow and you're like, I finally feel confident saying the right things and saying these answers because I know who I am now and I know why I'm doing these things. It's just interesting. It's just pretty cool stuff. Always.
Right, guys, so we have this reformed Christian over here, and I'm gonna end the video right on a thought that, you know, people who follow religions could be good, could be bad. Again, it's not about the religion, it's about how people react to it and how people perceive it and how people, you know, conform their lives regarding to their beliefs. So my question is, do you think that this woman is reformed truly? Do you think that she learned, or do you rather think that she's just coping? I'm gonna leave you with that, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments and come join us on Discord. I'll see you next time.